All right, let's get into a true classic, The Richest Man in Babylon. Now, this is a book that makes a pretty bold promise that it can solve our modern money problems using simple secrets from the ancient world. So you might be asking, how can financial advice from thousands of years ago possibly help us today? Well, it turns out some problems, they just never change.
So does this sound familiar? You work hard, right? You bring home a decent paycheck. But then at the end of the month, poof, your bank account is empty. And you're just sitting there scratching your head, wondering where it all went. It is such a frustrating cycle, and it traps so many of us, making it feel like you're just running on a hamster wheel.
But what if the answer isn't some brand new, complex financial app or a super risky investment scheme? What if the real key to building wealth was figured out 6,000 years ago in the richest city of the ancient world, Babylon? That's the wild idea we're going to explore today.
To find this solution, we've got to travel back in time. The book introduces us to these characters, like a chariot builder named Banser, who felt the exact same way a lot of us do. I mean, he lived in a city literally overflowing with gold, yet his own purse was always empty. He was just so tired of scraping by. And that's where our hero, Arkad, enters the picture. Now, this guy wasn't born rich. He didn't have a fancy family or some lucky inheritance. Nope. He started out as a simple scribe, working long, grueling hours for very little pay, just like pretty much everyone else. But somehow, he managed to become the wealthiest man in the entire city. So how on earth did he do it? What was it? What was his secret? Well, Arkad discovered something, a single fundamental truth about money that completely changed his life forever. And it's a secret he was willing to share, the one key that unlocked his journey from poverty to just incredible prosperity. His journey wasn't some kind of magic trick. It was a process. As a poor scribe, he was desperate. So he went out and found a mentor, a rich moneylender named Algamish, and basically begged him to learn the secret. Algamish shared one simple idea, and once Arkad really got it and applied it consistently, his fortune just started to grow. And this is it. This is the big secret. I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. Now listen to that. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But think about it. Most of us, we pay the landlord, we pay the grocery store, we pay the phone company, we pay literally everyone except ourselves. And this brings us to the first and honestly the most important cure for a lean purse: pay yourself first. This isn't just a cute suggestion. According to the wisdom of Babylon, it is the absolute foundation for building any kind of wealth. So here's the rule. A minimum of 1/10, 10%, of every single thing you earn is yours to keep. You take it right off the top before you pay a single bill. This isn't spending money. This is your build a fortune money. And this just lays it out so perfectly. It's a simple little flip in your habits. First, you earn your money. Then you immediately move 10% somewhere else for your future self. And then, and only then, do you figure out how to live on the 90% that's left over, not the other way around. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Dude, I can't even live on 100% of my income. How am I supposed to live on 90%? That's always the first reaction, right? And it leads us straight to the second cure. You have to get your spending under control. This is such a brilliant insight from the book. Psychologically, our desires are endless. If you get a raise, it's amazing how fast your necessary expenses just inflate to eat up every last penny. We call it lifestyle creep. Our wants start disguising themselves as needs unless we actively fight back. Let's just break it down with some modern examples. Needs are the things you genuinely have to live. Your rent, basic food, utilities. Wants? That's everything else. The daily coffee, the 5 different streaming services you're subscribed to, the newest phone every year. Let me tell you, your 10% is hiding right there in that wants column. And that's exactly why a budget is so powerful. Please, don't think of it as a cage. Think of it as a shield. It's there to protect your future, your financial freedom, from your impulse to spend on little things you won't even care about next month. So paying yourself first and controlling your spending, that gets you in the game. But that's just the beginning. The third cure is where the real magic happens. You gotta make your money work for you. Because a pile of gold just sitting in a chest, well, it doesn't grow. I absolutely love this metaphor from the book. Think about it. Every dollar you save is like a little employee. Your goal is to send that dollar out to work so it can earn you more money, interest, returns, whatever. And then those earnings,
They become new little employees who also go out and work for you. That, my friends, is the beautiful power of compounding.
But Arkad gives us a huge warning here. He learned this the hard way. He lost his entire first year of savings by giving it to a brickmaker to go buy jewels. It was a total disaster. So his advice is crystal clear. First, protect your principal. That initial investment is sacred. Second, get advice from people who actually know what they're doing with money, not brickmakers pretending to be jewel traders. And finally, remember that slow, steady, safe growth is so much better than a risky, get-rich-quick gamble.
So there you have it. 3 cures. Deceptively simple, right? Pay yourself first, control your spending, and make your money work. The simplicity is what makes it so powerful, which really brings up the question, who is this ancient wisdom really for today? Well, if you're just starting out and you feel totally overwhelmed by all the complicated advice out there, this book is for you. If you feel stuck in that work hard but still broke cycle we talked about, this is for you. Or hey, if you just want a simple, powerful framework to finally get started, this is it. So look, if you remember only one single thing from all of this, let it be this thought, the one that started it all for Arkad. This is the absolute first step. Just say it to yourself until it sinks in. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. And that brings us to our final and most important question. Look, all this wisdom is great, but it's totally worthless without action. So take a moment, right now. Think about your own spending. What is the very first want, not a need, that you can cut starting today to finally begin paying yourself first?